has become like a corporate grab from workers' money into the coffers of the very, very wealthy. But there are huge weaknesses with this bill, and I think, in fact, we're going to look to try and amend it, but I think, in fact, on its own it would do very little to actually stop the effective theft of the livelihood of pensioners. The scheme would allow, or the bill would allow, schemes to be wound up only with the approval of the Pensions Authority in certain circumstances. But what is actually needed is a very simple bill that says to companies out there, if you're solvent, if you're healthy, you will not wind up the defined benefit scheme, full stop. You just cannot do it. And in that way, I think that would be a much more appropriate response to what is a modern day and global attack on the rights of pensioners and workers in general. I have a list here of 15 pages long of global corporations that have moved in the last couple of years from defined benefit to defined contribution. They're household names like Xerox, like Walt Disney. There's a whole pile of them here. Motorola. You can go on and on. The Journal Register, Remington, HP, Hewlett-Packard. Tons of them that have moved. Boeing is another one that have moved directly from defined benefit to defined contribution. In Britain, you can see that there's a graph that shows clearly the amount of defined benefit schemes are going down, while defined benefit contribution schemes are going up. And what this is doing is it's transferring all the responsibility onto the worker. So I think that defined benefit schemes are being presented in the modern world as a problem, an outdated luxury that the firms can no longer afford and that companies cannot put up with. So the issue that is affecting us is not just a local one, it's a global one. Just to say, locally since 2008, when I say locally I mean in this state, 65,000 workers have been affected by the closure of defined benefit schemes. 2,500 schemes of this nature existed a decade ago, and today we only have 700 of them. The most recent illustration of this was before Christmas with the raid, I would call it, by Dennis O'Brien's Independent News and Media and his cohort of very, very wealthy people on the retirement earnings of those workers in I&M, where their pensions had been cut by 40% and many of them moved onto defined contribution. A new proposal was brought in to further cut it by 30%. So you would have the effect in this so-called commercially sensible proposal of workers who've worked 40-odd years of their lives and expecting pensions of about 40,000, seeing that fall to about 15,000 and 16,000 a year, having made serious contributions into those pension schemes. That is a direct swap from the pockets of pensioners and workers to the pockets of Dennis O'Brien and the very wealthy in this country. And the I&M is an example of that, but we're also seeing it happening, for example, in Irish Life. And this is a company that deals with individual and business pensions. And if they get away with reducing the pensions of over 1,000 workers from a healthy company, a very healthy company in terms of its profit and share of the market, if they get away with reducing that from defined benefit to defined contribution, we will see a domino effect in the financial sector, which has already been affected. We had the likes of Aviva and Permanent TSB do the same. Pfizer Ireland are about to do the same, Grafton and Arnotts, and the list goes on and on. So really we're seeing an avalanche of attacks on the pensions and the future of workers. Now, the argument for it, of course, is that workers are living longer. Am I taking too much time, Mick? No. Workers are living longer, but I want to reject this because we should be celebrating the fact that workers are living longer instead of seeing it as a problem. But what's really happening here is that the attempt by the modern capitalist system to eat into the rights of workers is being escalated because they are not making the same profits they did out of financial investment in the past. So we should reject this and move to a simple, if you're healthy, defined benefit cannot be cut, we're outlawing it and protecting workers' pensions and rights thereby doing.